Hello, I'm Vince White. I'm an employment attorney, and we are answering publicly posted questions on avo.com, getting folks the answers they need from an employment attorney. Here is our question. The HR director was caught on a racial tirade by corrections officers when she was arrested for domestic violence. Can I use those complaints? I filed a case with the EEOC back in 2017 against my organization, which is a borough. Fast forward to July, I assume, of 2020. They asked to appoint me to my old position because the person there was not doing the job well, and eventually just stopped showing up altogether. This is the same position they said I was not qualified for before. Just last week, the HR director was arrested for domestic violence, and while there, she went on a racial tirade which led to the corrections officers filing formal complaints against her. My case was based on discrimination. My case is closed now, but now I'm aware of everything she said. Wow, I need advice. Can I still pursue this? Should I still pursue this? I'm still suffering from the effects of when I was discriminated against, mental health, and financial suffering. Okay, so let's see. What state are you in? Oh, you're in Anchorage, Alaska. Okay, so we need to break it up into two parts. This is very important because I can only answer questions of federal discrimination under federal laws that would go to the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. For everything else, for all your state and local laws, you need to speak to a local employment attorney. Now, you filed this EEOC back in 2017, and that's closed out, and it sounds like it's closed out quite some time ago, right? So even your right to sue letter, which gives you 90 days to file in federal court, has probably expired. I'm assuming that, so if I'm wrong, tell me, and I'll try to make an additional video clarifying things. So here, your look back in Alaska is either going to be 180 days or 300 days, depending on a couple different factors. Not really a couple. It depends on if there's a state agency that deals with discrimination in Alaska. I don't know. Whatever your look back is, you need to look today, set a marker for today, right? And then go back the 180 or the 300 days, whichever it is, and think about everything negative, everything discriminatory that was done to you, every negative workplace consequence you experienced or suffered in the past 300 or 180 days. And you need to ask yourself and be very honest with yourself, okay, what did I experience? What was done to me in that time period? And if the answer is yes, I have things that are recent enough to be viable under the federal law, then you may have new claims under the federal law. And you may certainly be able to use this evidence that kind of evidences the hate and the evil that lives in this HR director's mind, right? To substantiate, the kind of human she is, right? Now, this is very limited advice because in many states, your statute of limitations is going to be significantly longer. You're going to have additional rights. You're going to have additional protections. So I cannot stress enough that you need to speak with a local employment attorney about your rights. Because, first and foremost, the EEOC, if they just issued a right to sue letter and you never did anything with it, it's entirely possible that you still have viable state claims going way back to 2017, depending on the statute of limitations in your state. And it's possible those would not have been extinguished by the EEOC process because you never, it sounds like, came to an ultimate decision on the matter. You didn't pursue your matter in federal court. So my advice to you, use this website, find an experienced local employment attorney. Schedule a free consultation. Avoid attorneys, generally speaking, who are not going to give you free consultations. And be very careful to get somebody, if you can, who just deals with employment law, right? That's always a really good sign. I always get really nervous when you have, like, an attorney who does matrimonial and employment law. We do personal injury and employment law. I'm a criminal attorney, but I also do employment law sometimes. Can they do a great job? Sure. Yeah, they absolutely can. Is that a red flag? Yeah, for me it definitely is, right? If you're my family and I see an attorney who does employment law and something else, ugh, I'm not comfortable. No, I'm wrong all the time. And there are amazing attorneys who are just so great that they can do multiple fields. I just think our field is very complex, and you deserve someone who does nothing but this, right? So I guessed at a couple of the facts of your situation. If I got things wrong, I will track the comments of this video to try to give follow-up. I'm sorry I can't answer your state or local law questions. I'm not allowed by the Bar Association. It's just how they run things. And yeah, if this was helpful, consider liking and subscribing. It helps me to help more people just like you. Good luck.